What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lamonts G and Custom Nine Show, the number 3 podcast. I'm going to touch on two things today. I'm going to try to get it done as fast as possible. Last night, it was a long night for me, but I had to finish doing this thing that I was doing. And as I'm doing this thing that I was doing, I'm listening to a certain individual. I may have mentioned her name before. Her name is April Chapman. She is I don't know how to put it. She's in partnership some kind of way with Vince Ellison. They go on tours and they speak to people, have conferences, etc. Two very good people, two very good Christian bounded people. So I try to consume all of their content because it's biblical, it's refreshing, it's inspirational. So both of them has touched on I can't call him a pastor. I'm sorry, Lord forgive me. The guy who's a self-proclaimed pastor, a reverend out of Georgia, in some church called New Birth. That church within itself has a lot of history, a lot of history. So, Mr. Ellison went a cut deeper than April Chapman. And maybe because it's a recent phenomenon. Well, I take that back. No, I think they both hit it on at the same time. She did a live, and he just did a video. But basically, this is what it's about. So this pastor, this self-proclaimed pastor, Jamal Bryant, a while back, y'all remember this. I think about a year ago, he, along with two women, one is a state representative somewhere in Illinois, I think. The other one is no, she may be a state representative in Minnesota. The other one is some kind of activist or whatever. Well, actually, it was these two women. Then he jumped on board to try to, see can he pick up some breadcrumbs to get a little bit of money. But they all got together and they're gonna boycott Target because after the past election, Target said, you know what, we're not down with this woke garbage no more. So all these policies that we implemented in 2021 or whatever, we're gonna get rid of. It don't serve the company, it don't serve us. So now you got these folks that are mad. Well, these two women, as wrong as they are, but they were dead serious about this target. About this boycott. Like I said, they're wrong, but it is what it is. So, according to the reports that I saw last night from April Chapman and Vince Ellison, he went behind their back, said he talked to Target, he was going to end the boycott. You know he got a little piece of the pie. This is what these people do. Shakedown and coercion. No different than the mob. Except the mob, if you don't pay them back, if you don't do what they tell you to do, they're going to kill you. These folks going to shake you down, take you to court, sue you. They're going to try to bankrupt you because it's all about the money for these folks, man. This is the crazy part about that. Because everything I just said is nothing new. Martin Luther King done it. Jesse Jackson done it. What's this piece of garbage with MSNBC? I can't think of his name. He's the king of it. Jesse Jackson had the Rainbow Push Coalition, but this dude had the Action Network, I want to say. Al Sharpton, that's his name. Al Sharpton. He's the king. That's all these people do is shakedowns. So it's nothing new. But this is the crazy part. So I saw this, I think both on April Chapman's piece, or she talked about it maybe, and I saw the actual video on Vince Ellison's piece. And this black jack-legged Negro said, basically apologizing to these two women who helped start the boycott, that we gotta not only get behind women, we gotta follow women. Listen, y'all, I've said this over and over and over. I might have to keep saying it over and over and over. And I don't care, I don't mind. As long as I got breath, I'll say it. I love women. I love my mama, love my wife, love my children, love my grandchildren. I love my friends. I love women. I always have and I always will. But men, we don't follow women. Under no circumstance. We do not follow women. We're men. This is why you know this jackleg piece of crap pulpit pimp is not a man of God. Because God tells you your purpose. As a man, you lead. You don't follow a woman. It irritates me, it upsets me. Not the fact that you have these incredible demonic idiots, but the fact they have a bully pulpit to spread this poison to other young folks, to other folks who don't know nothing, but eager to learn, eager to get that wisdom. These folks have the bully pulpit to spread that crap, that garbage. I love women. Don't ever get that twisted. And I think the majority of real men, especially strong Christian conservative men, we love women. But we know our role. Our role is to lead. The problem is that people like this idiot, this Jamal Bryant, and many others like him in many other professions, they have the money and the influence and the pulpit, the bully pulpit, to spread this poison. And the young, the youth, and those who don't have the mindset to gravitate towards the truth, but wants to explore and find the truth, they get to them first. Saw a basketball game. I want to say it was one of them play-in games, NCAA tournament play-in games. I'm not really sure. It may have been the first day or one of them play-in games. I saw a dude, and this is a young man playing on one of these basketball teams, that had a hairstyle that was so feminine. And you said, well, Lamont, hey, oh, damn near half of them got feminine. No, many of them got long dreads. They got just the nappy afros or whatever you want to call it. That's just self-expression. I can go back to my youth and tell you all about that. This dude had the hairstyle of a woman who was about to go on the runway, tied up into 2 or 3 different bonds and had the mess coming out of the back. And I promise you, it had to be so heavy because it dictated the way he ran down the court. It's almost like he was rocking. And I'm like, what the hell am I watching? That ties into what I'm telling you. These toe-touching, pink panty-wearing, sissy boy men have influenced our boys and our youth that we should follow women. We should be like women. No. And see, this is where I don't like the feminists. Because with that thinking, God give you something precious. Actually, he gives you 2 or 3 things that are precious that we men just don't have. First, we can't have no children. We can't reproduce. If it was up to us, the world will end. Been done ended. Another thing, God give you guys a sensitive side. That's why it's not important for you to lead. Well, actually, that's why you can't lead. Because you're sensitive. And we have so many men now, probably the most in the world has ever seen, of sensitive men, soy boys, feminine boys, feminine men. You see it in politics, you see it in religious circles, you see it everywhere. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick. I'm the one who will tell you to each his own. Be who God made you. God didn't make you like that, homeboy. He didn't make you no sister soy boy. That's a learned behavior. Either you don't have a father or your father was a soy boy as well. Period, point blank. I don't care. Either you was a soy boy, or I'm sorry, either you didn't have a father, or if you had a father, your father was a soy boy himself. We can't continue to let individuals like Jamal Bryant control the minds of our youth. We just can't. We can't continue to allow these negative, demonic influences influence our youth. If the last 4 years don't tell you something, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna wrap up on this Jamal Bryant thing, then I'm gonna get to another piece. Social media is going to make it difficult to for these individuals like your April Chapmans and your Vince Ellisons and your many others who are fearless and want to go out there so our children won't end up in the tank. Because listen, I'm 53, finna be 54 in a month. All I got now is wisdom. I still got a little strength. I can fight. I can do what I need to do. But the majority of that's in me that I'm willing to give is my wisdom, my Christian values, my conservative values. I'm going to get to my epilogue, something that I actually just heard 10 minutes ago, and I want to address it. So, if you're into sports, if you're into sports media, you have known the battle between Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock over the past, 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know the history with these guys as far as them working together. I think they did back at ESPN back in the day or something like that. But I do know it triggered Jason Whitlock when Stephen A. Smith put out his book. And he read it and he just, man, listen, this is a bunch of lies. So fast forward to, I want to say last week, Cam Newton, the famous football player out of Auburn, Alabama. Well, actually, he's out of Georgia, but he played with Auburn in Florida in some junior college. He had Jason Whitlock on the show. And I got to admit, because them two, Jason and Cam, done went back and forth. And it was started by Cam, let's just be honest. When Jason Whitlock talked about Joy Taylor and Cam said, "You ain't that guy," that's when it started. But listen, they got together as men and they had a conversation. Y'all, in the inception of my podcast, the Lamonts G and Custom Knife Show, the #3 podcast, what have I instilled? All we have to do is have a conversation. As men, as women, let's talk about it. If we don't come to a conclusion or to an understanding, we talk about it again. When you understand my perspective, I understand your perspective. There has to be a meeting of the minds. That's the purpose of having a conversation. So Jason Whitlock and Cam Newton had a conversation. They talked like men. And I only saw probably 2/3 of it, but it was actually enjoyable. But at the end, At the end, Cam Newton, why did you? You know what? Now I'm not even going to ask that question. I thank you for what you did because you brought up the elephant in the room. Yeah, as Cam Newton, me and Jason were like we done had a little beef. I don't call him out, he don't call me out. But the true beef, Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock. So he asked him point blank about Stephen A. Smith. Jason responded, and responded quite well in a very professional manner. Told a lot of truths. Matter of fact, it ain't too much when he talk about Stephen A. Smith that I don't distrust him or don't believe him. I think all of it's true. Stephen A. Smith had a response. And I don't know, y'all. Listen, I got a sixth sense. When I see bullshit, I smell bullshit. When I hear a lie, I see a lie. I heard Stephen A. Smith's response. I heard bullshit and I smelled bullshit. And I heard a lot. A whole bunch of them. Listen, I'm not caping up for Jason Whitlock. I do listen to his material on a daily basis. By the way, his Fearless show comes on 10:30 every morning. I don't watch Stephen A. Smith. Don't care about Stephen A. Smith. But I do know this. And this is the key. I was a pathological liar as a kid. I've told you that a million times. As a kid, I was a pathological liar. As I got older, I learned that I had to understand, why did I lie? Because you have to cover for that lie and cover for that lie. So I have to understand, why do I lie? Why do people in general lie? I had to study that, Stephen A. Smith. I did. So when I hear you, I hear a liar. Then listen, I don't know when it comes to your money, if Jason Whitlock is really jealous or not. I really don't know. Don't really care. I know this, I care less about your money. Y'all serve so many idols. And when I say y'all, I mean people like Stephen A. Smith and Jamal Bryant. They're all in the same realm. They serve so many idols. They serve money. They serve their blackness, their identity, which for them is soy boys, pink panty, toe touching, wearing motherfuckers. I'm sorry, but they serve so many idols, and this is where Jason Whitlock could be a total shitbag. I don't know, but I know one thing: he only serves one master, just like me. He makes pretty good goddamn money. So do I. But he serves one master. So do I. That one master is Jesus Christ. That 20 million that you make, Stephen A, don't mean a jack to me. Because that's not my master. I make good money. That's not my master. It keeps a roof over my head, food in my mouth, and 6, 7 cars out there in my yard to drive. But my soul, my sanity, my heart, it only serves one master. That's why I don't surround myself with people who gotta have certain things, gotta look a certain way, because they either serving money or identity or something else. They're not serving God. So therefore I can't be around them. I can't. My wife asked me numerous times, go to this place with me, go that with. Baby, listen, I would go to the ends of the earth with you. But I can't surround myself with demons. I don't care if it's in a church, a synagogue, a coliseum, wherever. I can't surround myself with demons. Because you know what comes next? You surround yourself around demons whether you know it or not. Somewhere there's going to be a portal. I don't want to be around where that portal's going to open up. I'm not going to live in a bubble the rest of my life. No, I'm going to go out and enjoy myself. I'm going to go this place and go that place. And I'm all because you know what I do. I wear my Christianity every day, all day. But I'm not going to surround myself with demons and being exposed to a portal that's going to allow them demons to infect my soul, my heart. That's not going to happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. So listen, in conclusion, we got people like these Jamal Bryants on the planet, and it's millions of them. Y'all, it's just not one man, it's millions. Millions of them. Just be wary. If it sounds like a duck, it quacks like a duck, more likely it's going to be a duck. And duck your way from that. You got people like Stephen A. Smith. That's a complete fraud. Listen, I have no ill wills towards the man, but I do got a problem when you have that pulpit and you able to reach millions and spur evil, toxic, demonic rhetoric. I got a problem with that. And it's not just Stephen A. Smith, it's millions. Because now we have platforms, we have podcasts, we have computers, we have phones that can reach the ends of the earth in seconds. Y'all be wary. And I love you, I appreciate you. I love you more than you ever know. And as always, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I hope you guys listen to me and take this wisdom in. I'll see you next time.